Guys, it's me again. Man, it's been a long weekend. This is Sunday, June 24th. It's about 10 o'clock at night. Man, it's really hot this weekend, but that worked great for some of the things I was doing. Just want to give you an update on where I was and what was going on. I've got a lot of the boxes built in the front underneath the, like I say, each of the dash area. I'm going to tell you, I talked about in the last video how I was going to make the piece. You know, it goes all the way down, touches the floor, it goes all the way over, and then you can see steps down all the way down onto the hull, and then follows the hull all the way up to the front. Those two pieces on either side, I tell you, that took more time and planning and design than anything I've done yet on this boat. Trying to get them, you know, exactly level across both pieces and, you know, forward to back. I'm telling you, I think it took me 2 whole evenings. One evening just measuring, and the other evening I made a template out of foam, you know, like the blue board foam, and got it all cut in. After all that, it went in pretty well. I've got a lot of my tabbing done. Obviously, got it all filled, bedded, filled, and tabbed everywhere in the front. Also got my rear pieces right here, the rear part of this, both of those in on either side. And what I've got left up here is just 2 little pieces, one right there, and the whole front will be done as far as that's concerned. Now I have to come back in and make a plywood top for all this, but I've got to get a piece of 1/2 inch. I'm not doing 3/4 on that. That's ridiculous. You know, I've went 3/4. Do I say 3/4? It's, what is it? 23-30 seconds. Almost everything in the boat. I don't know if I added some weight. I calculated it out. I think it's between 65 and 70 pounds. I've added to it, but it is it's like standing on concrete. I mean, this thing is solid as a rock. Of course, it may sink like a rock too, but I came back in today and did a lot of my tabbing, everything, got all the deck tabbed to the side and all that dry, and I went in and came back in and did my foam, my 2-pound foam as it came in. I bought 2, let's see, I think they're 16-pound kits, maybe 8-pound. Anyway, they're almost a gallon of each part twice. So in each container, you'll look at them. They're actually down here on the floor. You see there's the 4 of them down there. That's actually you know, 2 of part A and 2 of part B. Now they're not a full gallon. You get from U.S. Composites, they'll tell you it's measured by weight, so they're not completely full. But I used every single bit of it. I think I have maybe enough to do like a pint of each left, and I've got all just the floor done. I'm not going to do my foam up underneath the each side of under here like it was. Like I say, I did it in the floor because I wanted structure. I did want some flotation. I've calculated it out right now. I think it's about 1,000 pounds. It'll float. You know, I don't know. I've weighed it out so many different ways. I'm not sure which way is the best way to go, but I think I'm gonna keep going. But let me tell you some stuff about the foam. It was a good 84, 85 degrees inside the garage all day long, and I had a fan going just kind of keep some air circulation. But I had about 20, I'd count, you know, as soon as I'd start mixing, I had my drill. I'd count 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. I'd mix for 15 seconds, counting like that. Put my bit into the acetone, spin it just to clean it off a little bit. Make sure you have the acetone there. Clean your drill bit off your mixer, paddle mixer, or you will fight it like crazy trying to get it back off for the next port. But put it in the acetone, hit it a couple times, man, it really takes all the trouble out of that. But and then another thing I learned when you're pouring, a lot of people say, you know, definitely raise the front of your bow or your boat up as high as you can. Cut your holes in your deck, and I'm going to show you a couple things I did. I cut 3 holes in the deck, and then 1 over here towards the side in the front. Now, the reason I did that was I cut 3 holes, and I poured here first. I poured it to here, and then let it come back to here, and as soon as it started coming out, I closed it. It started coming out here, I closed it. It started coming out here, I closed it. And then finally it came out right here, and you can see it is almost right even. Now I calculated this out. You know, basically I took, dimension wise, I took from the top, which is about 1 inch. I took to the side, which was, I think it's 10 inches. Did it in the middle, and then, you know, length times width. And I calculated right out to be what would be 2 quarts mixed. I think it's right, yeah, 2 quarts mixed, to get that expansion ratio to where I wanted it. I think my math's right on that one. I could be wrong, but like I say, just on the floor. I read another iBooks forum. A guy did a boat just like this one, and he said he used about a gallon of each one. Man, I don't know how he got his expansion rate that well, but I used 2 gallons of each, and I still don't have enough to do under the boxes if I wanted to. Matter of fact, the pieces in the back here where each seat sits is a little thing that jettisons out, and it sits right there for the back seat to sit on. It's about a 2 foot long, 6-inch wide, foot and a half high foam were in those two. Huge blocks of foam were under here, and then the little pieces up here in the front, little 2 compartments right there had foam in them. I've actually got enough to put foam back in those, just in case there's anything as far as structure. I don't think it is, but I've got enough. I'll probably do those too. But I don't have a lot left, guys. I've got to build the back piece that goes across through here on each side. And then I've got to put the piece that goes flat, from the back all the way up to the front and around the front and the sides. Then I'll cut out the hole for my storage up there, get all that put in, tabbed in, and that's been kind of fun, because how do you take and tab in when you can't get to the bottom of it? And if you look here, if you think about this, in that hole, you can see back right there. There's the back side of the piece earlier that I was showing you, just in front of the little dash area. If I go ahead and put this other piece here, then I can't reach in there when I put my flat piece going all the way across to get up underneath it. So I'm going to put my flat piece in first, then I can reach up and tab underneath here, and then when I put this other one in, I'm going to put it in about 3 to 4 inches so I can tab the outside of it. Now obviously I'm going to coat it all in chop strand mat before I put everything in. Just make sure it's all waterproofed. But it's really been a challenge. The ideal way is to build everything in the front with the top cap off. The problem is, a lot of people run into, is that the windshield won't line back up. So what I've done is I put this bracket in here, I've talked about it before, and it keeps my window lined up perfectly. And I mean perfectly, I mean this thing is, it is just, you see the difference in gap. I mean, it's perfect all the way down. And I actually went a little overkill. You look at the track right here, let me zoom in. Look at the track, it actually was over just on the edge. I went a little overkill because I'm worried it may still have a little bit of expansion out when I release it. If not, that'll be perfectly fine the way it is. But and that tool right there, scraper blade. When you put all this foam in, where's my pile? There it is. It cleans up. That is the best way to clean this up. Now granted, I've got a couple spots I've got to hit lightly with a sander, just, here's one. Do not smear it. Big mistake, do not smear it, don't try to get it up. Technically if you have a rag and acetone, you can clean it all up. But I thought about it and I said, man, I've already used so much acetone. You let it just build up like that one right there. It was a little bubble right here. Took the scraper, knocked it clean off. Worked really, really well. But man, getting close. I've got so those fronts to build. Then once this front are done, I'm going to take completely glass the whole floor. After I glass the floor, I'm going to come back in, add the piece here, and I'm going to set this right here on top of it. I got to build around my little, what's that, splash well, and then I will be so close to getting her done. I'm waiting to get my seats. I'm going to order 2 new seats, the fold out for the Bayliners, the fold out frontwards and they fold out backwards. And I want to order those. Problem is it may be another month or so. I found them, I think they're about $600 for both of them. And I'm going to be right at $2,300, $2,300 some change on this total project. So I may have to wait a little while to get the seats. And everybody may laugh, but that'll be a good seat for now. But anyway, guys, that's where I am. Just hanging in there, keeping her going a little bit at a time. And I'll take another video when I've done some more.